Hey everyone. All right, so I am doing a reveal of the survey that we did, an anonymous online lead survey. We did it a little while ago, I think a week or two ago, and just to give you a little bit of background about why we did it. So we had a client post on our Facebook group that, he closed the deal, which was awesome. And then we had some clients posting things like nothing so far for me, all fake numbers, nothing's working. And I really wanted to get down to the bottom of and figure out who's it working for, why is it working, who's it not working for, and for those that it's not working for, I want to figure out together why it's not working for them so we can get them and get them some help and get them what they need to do to close the lead. So that's the background of it. Now what I want to do is I want to try to make this video as fast and quick as possible. I think it might make best sense to actually cut it up into multiple videos because I want to show multiple stats so that we don't make it too long. So first off, I'm going to just get right into the actual nitty-gritty, which is the overall stats. So we had a total of 92 people respond to the survey, which was awesome. 33.70% said that they are a client for less than a year. The 63.05 have generated over 100 leads in the past 12 months. So this is a remainder of these. So 63.05 have generated more than 100 leads in the past 12 months. And just so you guys know, we are going to get into the actual details of these in later videos. 23.91% said that they generated less than 50 in the past 12 months, and we'll find out who those are and how long they've been with us and so on and so forth. Next down, let's see here, have generated 100 leads, 18.48 only contact leads that who respond to the first SMS. So 18.48% of the people who responded only respond to leads who've actually responded to the SMS message that goes out by our system, which is generally very wrong. I mean, I can see it being right only in cases where you're getting flooded with hundreds of leads a month and you just cannot keep up with it. And at that point, you're only responding to those leads. But if you're limited on the number of leads that are coming in and your cost per lead is higher, you most certainly need to be calling every single lead that comes in as well. Next up, let's see here. Only almost 9%, 9.78% call every lead within the very first 5 minutes of the lead coming in. And then another 29.35% say that they try to call with the lead within 5 minutes and most of the time get to the leads within a 2 hour time span. 4.35, which is interesting enough, don't call their leads at all. And honestly, if you don't call your leads at all, get out of the internet lead generation game. We do have to call the leads. We have to talk to them to be able to sell them. Okay, so next up, 60. Let's see, what is this? This is until what time? Okay, until what time in the evening do you actually make the phone calls? So 22 people said they don't call past 7 p.m. 39 said that they don't call past 8. Past 9 is 25. They don't call past 10. 5, and nobody calls at 11. And these guys that don't call their leads at all. Now to the main part. So how many deals have you done from online leads? This should have said leads. I did not want to update it because I didn't know whether it was going to mess up the survey or not. But how many leads in the past 12 months? And the result there is 33.7% have actually not closed any deals in the past 12 months, where the remaining 66.3%, 30% have closed 1 to 60 plus deals from the internet leads. So now I want to get into the actual nitty-gritty to find out, okay, who are these guys? So out of these guys that have closed 0 deals in the past 12 months, what's the majority of them? So let's find out. Question 6, 0. So that's 31 out of 92 people who said that have not closed any deals. So 67.74% of those have been a client for less than 1 year. And generally, if you've been a client for less than 1 year, you may have not generated enough leads to actually be able to have had a closing yet. So the rest have been clients with us for 1 to 4 years. If you have been a client with us for 1 to 4 years and have not closed any deals, we are really curious as to how many leads you're generating and what you're doing with those leads. And we'll get to the other information here as well. But I do want to kind of just say to those that are generating leads and you're not closing deals, if you've been with us anywhere for longer than a year, definitely we can help and try to get those ratios up and get increased. So from those that have been with us in a year, let's actually also figure out a couple other things. One sec. So from those that have closed 0 deals, over 60% of them have generated less than 100 leads. So if you've generated less than 100 leads, the closing ratios being on internet leads that they are, as typically 1.5% to 2% of all the leads that have come in would close within the 12-month range, for example. You might not have had enough leads come through yet to be able to come to see that to fruition. For those of you guys that have generated, so you have closed 0 deals and generated 2,000 to 2,000 leads as an example. One person said that. There is definitely something wrong there. We need to figure out exactly what's going on. So reach out to us. Let's figure out exactly what's happening. Post on our Facebook group. I'd love for you guys that have actually generated this number of leads, 400 to 500, and there's 2 people. So this person who said they generated this many leads and this many leads and even this many leads and have not closed a deal, please, please, please post on that Facebook group. Let's figure it out together. Let's figure out what's going on and what's happening. And let's see what kind of other important stats that we can put here really quick. Okay, so I wanted to pull up another filter to find out from those people who answered to question 4 that they always call within the first 5 minutes or try to call within the first 5 minutes. So out of that group, I want to find out first the closing ratios from those individuals. So let's see. So from those, only 25% have not closed deals. The rest have closed deals. So 75% chance that you are more likely to close a deal if you call the lead within the first 5 minutes, or at least try to call the leads within the first 5 minutes. That's a really cool and important stat to kind of take a look at. So from those people that do in fact call their leads that quickly, 75% of them have actually closed deals. And let's see how many leads they have received. So less than, let's see here, 4, 11, and 20. So about 30%, 31, 32% of those have received less than 100 leads, which I'm curious out of that, what percent of those are in fact the ones that have not closed deals. So I'm wondering if that's the bunch here. So let's actually figure that out as well. So what I did here is I said, give me all the leads give me all of the responses that said to call the leads within the first 5 minutes and try to call within the first 5 minutes and have generated less than 50 or 100 leads, or less than 100 leads. I want to find out what percent of those have actually not closed deals. So 4 out of the 9 have not closed deals, and that's in the direct indication of them not have been generating enough leads. My true intent with this, guys, is to try to, once and for all, kind of open up. Agents generally have this consensus that internet leads don't work and internet leads are crap. To be completely honest with you all, internet leads are crap. Internet leads are not, the most qualified leads in the world. But at the same time, if we do what we need to do with them, you are going to close deals, and you are going to consistently, on a year-to-year basis, convert more and more of those leads. So let me do a quick chart here just to give you guys an example. All right, I just put this sheet together, and I kind of wanted to take you guys through it to give you an understanding of what I mean by converting only the leads that you're getting within the year. So if you don't have a follow-up plan set, you're most likely always going to be converting at a 1% ratio, and you're not going to be able to increase from that because you're not working the leads from the previous years that are closing. You're just not calling them. So if you generate 600 leads a year, so that's about 50 leads a month, would equal out to about 600 leads a year. And generally, if you're converting at 1%, that means you're getting 6 deals every year for those 600 leads a month that you're acquiring. And that you're always going to continue to do that on an ongoing basis if you're only qualifying and only talking to the leads that have come in fresh for that month, if you don't have a proper plan in place to call and qualify the previous leads years. Now, if you are in fact calling leads consistently and qualifying them, not just the new ones that come in, but also the ones from previous years, here's how that works out. Within your first year, you're converting at that 1% range, which is, out of the 600 leads you generated that year, you're convert 1%, which means 6 deals. Now, the next year, you're still going to get another 600 new leads, and you're going to still convert at that 1%, and you are still going to get your 6 deals. However, you would need to be converting at least another 0.5% of the previous year's leads. So these leads that have come in from the year before are starting to trickle in and starting to buy, and at least 0.5% should be converting into deals. So that means you're going to convert at a total of 1.5% for your second year. In your third year, the same thing will happen, but not just with the leads from the previous year, but also from the years before that. So you're taking 1% of the new leads that you're getting. You're also going to convert 0.5% of the years from the 2 years ago, and then 0.5% of the previous leads years, for a total of 2%. And generally, by the fourth year, you're about 3%. I have seen clients who've converted and have had a really good follow-up plan for up to 6-7 years. So you can definitely keep going. I'm not sure that it can keep going at the same percentage point for these previous years, but it's certainly something that's attainable. And that's how agents are converting at a larger percentage. They're not converting all these, 3% of the new leads incoming that have come in. They're converting 1% or 1.5% of the new leads, and then converting the previous leads years at a much higher pace. And there's a huge difference. I mean, you're still spending the same amount of money on these 600 leads. You're just generating a lot more money because you're actually making that money from these previous years that are from the leads that have come in. So I hope that makes sense. The video is now 11 minutes long, and I know how hard it is to watch long videos, so I'm going to shut it here. I also do want to offer to anybody who wishes to go through this survey with me. If you guys have questions, I will literally give you a call live, and let's schedule a time where we can actually have you go through anything that you want to see here. We can, this Survey Monkey is pretty cool that we have the ability to really say, people who've answered specifically that have been clients for longer than a year, what percentage. In fact, let me just pull that up just before I end the video. So that is clients who've been with us longer than 1 year. How many deals have they closed? So if you are a client with us, what's your chance of closing deals? So only 16% have not closed deals out of those 90 or so people that have actually said, 16%, meaning there's only 10 of them that have not closed deals out of that percent. So 84% kind of chance that you are going to close a deal if you've stuck around with us longer than a year. Again, if you guys have any questions, as always, I'm always open to your questions. Please let me know. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to chatting with you guys on Facebook. Have a good one.